Hey guys, it's Vic. How you doing? I've been getting a lot of questions by folks who seem to have hit a plateau, and when they tell me what they're doing with respect to training, they're really training very, very intensely. So it appears, for the most part, that oftentimes it's really their diet, and they're not eating enough food to support what they're doing. And obviously there's a very sophisticated explanation to how to get to this, and then there's a very rudimentary explanation. But let's talk about the simple stuff. And you're going to have to forgive me if this is too simple, but it seems to be something that folks really have an interest in, and they need to know this in order to correct what's going on. So if you've hit a plateau and you have trouble gaining muscle, think about this for a minute. Here's an output chart. Output. And this is us, right? You and me. And this is all of the things that we have to do. Work, school, thinking, walking, organ function, eating, sleeping, talking, breathing, and of course working out. So there's a lot going on here, right? A lot of energy is being expended for these activities. This requires energy, it requires calories. And what's going to happen? That's used by the input. The input is food, water, and vitamins and supplements. Now, if this side is less than this side, what's going to happen? Obviously, something's going to have to give, right? We're going to be depleted in some way. One of these things has to suffer, and oftentimes the working out is what puts us over the edge, because out of all these things, in spite of how serious we are about training, it is really the only unnecessary part of you and all the things that we have to do. This is essentially, obviously there's health involved, but it's really entertaining as well as a hobby. So if you're going to support this, you have to support this first, and then we have to eat a little bit more to support this. And oftentimes, it's folks who are just not eating enough. They're not getting enough of this to support this. So there's a couple of ways to approach this. A lot of folks tend to overdo it, right, with calories. They kind of go overboard, and then what happens is they do make gains. They sort of fill up their t-shirt a little bit more, but they don't like how the weight comes on, right? When it comes on fast, it doesn't really look substantial. It almost doesn't look like you own it. It looks a little bit borrowed, and it's very challenging to really kind of see what you're working with, because it kind of came on so fast. So I wouldn't say that you really enjoy where all the weight comes, right? It comes on in the midsection first, and it also comes on into the face. And you have to kind of get through a discomfort level in order to kind of have it show all around. I think you know what I mean. And also with that, it kind of consumes your time more. Digestion is a little bit tougher, and but you do make some gains rather quickly. The other way is to actually do it slower, in a more tempered, measured way. Find a baseline of what you're eating, the average of what you're eating, and add another 100 calories a day for a week, right? And then the following week, add another 150. Then the following week, add another 200. It's a little bit slower way to go, but you're sort of crafting your physique as you go. It'll be a little bit easier with respect to digestion. The weight won't come on as quickly. You'll feel like you got a handle on it a little bit more, and your body will still look, it won't look as bloated and it won't look as full, but you know that you're progressing in a very scientific or methodical way to sort of reach your goal. So really, this is very, very simple. This can't be more than this, especially if you want to progress. And it's as simple as that. When I was younger, I made some tremendous mistakes. And the mistake that I made was thinking that I had everything inside of me to create my physique around me. In other words, that I needed very little outside help. And that included any advice from anybody, as well as food or water or anything else. I thought that I was sort of the consummate bodybuilder, and everything about a bodybuilder comes from the inside. Well, in a way, that's true. Your desire, your will, and your abilities all come from in here and up here. But when you've already gotten your body, you've got the distribution right with respect to muscle to fat and that kind of thing, and all of a sudden you want to gain more muscle, where's it going to come from? And I used to think that it came from inside. In other words, the harder I worked, the more muscle I would get. And it actually becomes the reverse, because once you hit that sort of level where you're at the depletion level, where you're sort of using up every calorie you have for working, thinking, school, fitness, the whole 9 yards, if you try to go a little bit further, you try to push it and try to gain muscle, you actually wind up losing everything because you've overtrained, and you're essentially overtrained and undernourished. That's why sometimes lazy people actually look a little bit better. I don't know if you've noticed this, but you may have friends who go to the gym less frequently, and they always look so good. They always look so healthy and strong. I hope this video helped. It's really just to remind you, forget about the macros content, forget about the calories, just think of this as a concept. If you're not gaining, you're probably not eating enough. And of course you want to make that addition a very, very clean meal. And I think that it's something to keep in mind. If you're not feeling good, you feel like you're not progressing, you may be depleted, and it's just something to keep in mind. I'm going to do another video. You can actually click on the link here. It's going to be a little bit more sophisticated about how many calories that we should be taking both for light work, intermediate work, and heavy work, and it's based upon a formula, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. But thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you all the best. Peace, love, and muscles. Visit me at Vicsnatural and also say hello on Facebook. Take care.